How's it going, everybody? Welcome to an impromptu video, as yours truly having to play YouTube catch-up has made him realize that I missed 2 Frankie discussion videos. So you know what that means. Very unexpectedly and very impromptu, as I said, but FKVlogs Ask is back. And today we're going to be talking about movie trailers and pre-orders on the Rise Man's reality. Now, I did want to quickly point out that because I'm playing catch up on Frankie's videos, Frankie did not send me the thumbnails for this episode because we hadn't caught up with each other yet and she didn't know I was going to be doing them. I'm hoping that we can catch up with each other soon. There was something that I private messaged her about that I'm really hoping she gets back to me on, and I'm hoping that now that she knows, because she's no doubt seen the influx of comments from me lately, now that she knows that my work schedule is back under control, where I can start interacting with my YouTube friends more again, that she knows that next time she does a discussion video to send me the thumbnail, because I will be able to do FKVlogs Ask. But for this particular video, the thumbnails that you'll be clicking on are going to be from the video, but not the actual thumbnail, because I didn't have the text that she used to recreate it. Like, I didn't know what font she was using. I just simply downloaded her video and used the take a snapshot in VLC Media Player to create the annotation click thumbnails. So yeah, first up, we're going to be talking about movie trailers. Specifically, are they a good thing or are they a bad thing? Or are they somewhere in the middle? Well, for me, I guess if I had to pick one, I would say, which obviously I do have to pick one, otherwise I wouldn't be here wanting to have this discussion, would I? But yes, I'm getting Frankie syndrome. This is something Frankie and I do when we talk. We just ramble all over the place, and I'm not going to bother editing it because I'm going to leave it in for comedic effect. But anyway, for me, I suppose that there's somewhere in the middle, because it really depends on the film. If it's something I'm super jazzed up about, like my superhero films or my sci-fi fantasy franchise films, I absolutely will watch the trailer, because I don't want to wait a year, 6 months, 6 weeks, whatever the case may be, to see the movie clips and to know how the movie is going to be presented. Is it going to get me pumped up? Is it going to disappoint me? Is it going to suck? So for that, I will do it. I will watch movie trailers. But for the most part, I absolutely 100% agree with what Frankie said, in the fact that I don't particularly care for movie trailers anymore, because I think that movie trailers just give away too much of the film. I can't tell you how many films I've seen where I kind of leave it and I'm thinking, well, that could have been a lot better. Like, on paper, that should have been a lot better, so why wasn't it as good as I was thinking it was going to be? And the simple fact of the matter is that I watched the trailer and most of the good things in the movie were given away in the trailer. So yeah, I should have never watched the trailer. Of course, the one time that you can't avoid it is when you go to the cinema. When you go to the cinema to see something like I'm going to be doing for Ant-Man on Wednesday, finally, thank goodness for me. But, and anybody that knows how much of a superhero freak I am, they know what I mean by that. But when you go see a film in the cinema, unless you specifically walk in 15 minutes late to avoid it, which drives me crazy because there's only so many handicap seats available per cinema. So I have to make sure I go grab the best one possible, you know, the one that's not too close, the one that's not too far away, the one that has the right amount of sound, all of that. So I very rarely can go into a movie late if I'm going to go to the cinema to see something, which is why, even though there are 2 $5 movie nights, I have one on Tuesday nights and one on Wednesday nights here in my town, I will only go to the cinema about once, maybe twice a month, because of the fact that it has to be something that really psyched me up, because I know I'm going to end up getting trailers for stuff that maybe I didn't want to be spoiled on. So that's pretty much how I feel about it, is that I try to avoid them like the plague. If it's something that I think I'm really going to like, but it's something I don't know too much about, versus something that I already know a lot about, and therefore I don't have a problem seeing it. Case in point would be the example that you used in your video, Frankie, Interstellar. I knew very little about that film, and when I finally saw it on Blu-ray, and that's one of the reviews you will see in the coming days from me, for anybody that's been keeping up with my pickups, I will let you know that I got that Blu-ray and finally got a chance to see it, so you'll hear my thoughts on it then. But it was a far more enjoyable experience, having not seen it in the cinema, to have walked into it blind without seeing much of the trailer. So it's a perfect example of when not to do it and how it can be done right when you don't. Now, pre-orders. Here's the thing about pre-orders. You really do have to use Amazon Prime or eBay. I mean, that's really it. Frankie wanted to know the opinions of someone from the US, which obviously that would be me. And I can tell you that I've tried to do it in stores, I've tried to do it in Best Buy, I've tried to do it in Walmart. And when I say I, of course I mean somebody helping me, because you all know my physical situation and how it's not always easy for me to get out, because I have to order my door-to-door service. I have to spend $7 when I use the door-to-door service. I have to be somewhere for a minimum of an hour before I can get picked back up. Sorry, that's a bit of a tongue twister there, but yes. So normally when I say I've tried to do in stores, it's someone who I've asked to help me, and it's usually a couple of my aunts who always want to pick me up stuff anyway when they're out, so they don't mind doing that if I ask them to do it. But I've had nothing but bad experiences in brick and mortar stores. The only thing I've ever pre-ordered from a brick and mortar store was a Walmart, and it was a Walmart exclusive steelbook. And because my mom works at Walmart, I got a discount on it anyway, so if it didn't exactly do what it was supposed to do and come on that day, I couldn't really complain about it in that particular instance. But that is the only thing in the last 2 years that I can remember pre-ordering from a brick and mortar store, because every time I've tried, it's been nothing but a disaster. Amazon Prime, however, which thanks to Styleman and the family plan, I do have the Prime shipping. I don't have the Prime streaming, but I have the Prime shipping. Amazon Prime, however, is always flawless. Whether it's a pre-order or not, you get everything within 2 days of your order. The one exception is actually, the example of it would be the latest film that I just picked up, which I didn't have the foresight to put on my tray here, and I'm not going to, risk myself accidentally being in a different location and jar your vision, so I apologize for that. But you all saw that I just recently picked up X-Men Days of Future Past, the Road Cut. And in the case of that film, that one took 4 days to come instead of 2. But the reason is because I ordered it on Sunday, which is not a shipping day. And the other reason that it was one of those ones that you get on occasion where it'll say right on it, because it's selling really well and they have to get their copies back in stock from time to time, or from a different location maybe, because one location that's closer to you doesn't have it, but it will tell you based on your location. I think it's the way Amazon does it, but it will tell you right on the order page of the item itself, in stock, but may take 1 or 2 days to process, 1 or 2 business days to process. So I knew that ordering that on Sunday, I knew I wasn't going to get it till Thursday. So I knew that was going to happen. So other than a case where you know, particularly from what you're ordering, that it's going to take longer to get to you, like an import would be another example. If I ordered something from the UK or Canada or what have you, unless it's a case where you know that it's going to take longer to get to you because of what you're ordering, I've never had a problem with Amazon Prime, ever. It's always been 2 days, and everything I pre-ordered in the last year plus that I've had it, or gosh, it's almost 2 years now. Man, time flies. But in the last 2 years plus, more or less, that I've had Prime shipping, I have never had one issue. So Amazon Prime is fantastic, and yes, I do pre-order when I can, because most of the releases that I can pick up, because I don't make a lot of money, so when I pick something up, I usually save up for it. Here recently I've run into an influx of gift cards, which I will be making a video next week to explain how you yourself can get a hold of some gift cards if you want them, in a really easy way to build up your Amazon money or your eBay money, your iTunes money, whatever money you would want to build up. So through those influx of gift cards, I've been able to order a lot more than usual, and I guess the last 30 days or so. But normally I don't get to order things that often, and as such, because I only get paid every other month, and because it's a family company and I just don't get to order things that often, I really make a point to only order things that I'm super jazzed up about, because I have to save up my money for it and I have to anticipate it. So I'm only going to order stuff that I know I'm going to really, really love, and most of the time that means that I can pre-order it because I know I'm going to love it. So I do it quite often. eBay works really, really well as well. If you happen to, by some miracle, when I say by some miracle, because Amazon US anyway, I can't speak for UK or Canada because I don't use them nearly as much, but with the US anyway, it always seems to be the place where you get the lowest price possible every time. So, but in the case of eBay, is what I was trying to say, completely lost train of thought. Sometimes you can find a better deal on eBay, and eBay works really well. I have pre-ordered things from eBay in the past, and they've come right when they're supposed to. So it may, Frankie, to answer your question in the longest rambly tradition of Razman's Reality and FKVlogs way that we do, to answer your question more directly, it may have everything to do with where you're at and what you're using. But yes, Amazon Prime is worth it in any country you live in. I've heard very, very few people complain about it, and it definitely takes your costs down, because without it, you're paying way, way more price-wise than you would be versus having Amazon Prime and getting the free shipping and only having to pay usually $1, maybe $2 tops more on the advertised price for taxes. And taxes may not even exist in the UK, I have no idea. But that's the only thing that's really happened to me as far as Amazon goes, and eBay's been the same way. So I do it as often as I can do it, but I think it also depends on the title. If it's a catalog title, you more or less can pick it up for up to a month, 2 months, sometimes even 3 months. If you wait for it to go down in price, it will still be on the shelf or in stock on Amazon or eBay or Zavvi or wherever you shop, and you'll still get a much better price on it if it's a catalog title, in the sense that it's something that's going to have a wide release. It's something that just came out, and you know it's something that isn't going to go anywhere. But if it's the case of a older film, which some people call catalog titles, so maybe I used the term wrong, maybe I got them backwards, I'm not too sure there, I apologize. But if it's an older film that isn't going to be around as long, like a Disney film, for example, or what have you, then those are really the ones that I focus on pre-ordering, because I want to make sure I get them. Another example would be, and I can almost guarantee that this is going to happen, but it's just something I'm going to have to deal with unless I get lucky and someone has it on eBay and I can buy it separately. I'm probably not going to get my slipcover for season 7 of Star Trek The Next Generation, because those are the most expensive sets that I buy, and I just haven't had the $75 for both the season set and the final 1 hour special, all good things that I would have to pick up to complete the collection. So by the time I do, I will have probably missed out on the slipcover. And that's another reason that you want to pick stuff up and pre-order it early sometimes, is because you do get a slipcover more often than not. So yeah, those are my very, very rambly thoughts on pre-orders. The majority of the time, they're really good, and sometimes they don't work out, but the majority of the time they do. And movie trailers, like I said, I'm not a big fan of them anymore, unless it's something that I'm purposely getting myself jazzed up about. So with that, if for some strange reason you're not subscribed to Frankie, make sure you do it by clicking on one of those annotations earlier in the video and giving her a subscribe, because she's one of my very best friends here and just an awesome, awesome person to watch and enjoy the content that she puts out. I've been going crazy with the content since the new camera, which, by the way, thank you everybody for all the great comments on the new camera. I really, really appreciate that you're as jazzed up about my having the new camera as I am to have it. So thank you for that. But yes, she puts out content nearly every day, so you will really, really enjoy Frankie a lot. And what was I trying to get? I'm trying to end the video and I forgot what I'm doing. This always happens. I think it's because I'm somehow channeling Frankie and I'm channeling Silly, and because I'm channeling Silly, I'm having trouble remembering things. Oh, yes, doing a Q&A. So if you missed that video, there's the annotation for that video right there. Click on that, go to that, ask the questions. If you want to use Facebook and Twitter, you can do that as well. And as always, if you're new here and you like what you saw here today, please subscribe, because I would love to see you again. Don't forget to like and share as well, because those always help with views. Please consider becoming a Patreon supporter of the channel. All donations, however big or however small, there's no amount limit, goes right back into the program and allows me to have more great things to do for all of you. So I always appreciate it. And as always, this is reality according to the Razman and Razman style. It's not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.